Um, there's a lot of numbers that line up to point to one thing, and if you've done cryptography before, you'll understand right away that you correlate numbers and letters to hide messages in ciphers, and then to analyze them and detect what somebody else has put in a cipher, you decode them. Sometimes you know the code and you decode them, and sometimes you don't know the code and you decode them. And the people who send them to you or that you intercept may be people you know and people that work with you, and also people that you don't. Sometimes it's the enemy, sometimes it's some kind of criminal or something like that. And sometimes it's your agent when you're in the CIA, or when you're in Delta Force or SEAL teams or something. You have handle some agents as an intelligence officer. They might send you a coded message, and they might have created the code understanding kind of how you code things, and you might not know exactly what it is until you get it, and then you decode it. And there's an art to that, there's a skill to that. It's a lot of math sometimes. Sometimes it's real simple, but it can be just one number that'll give you a word. Out of all the words that start with A, you get a 1, and you know it's a word with an A. All the words that start with B, it's a word, and it starts with B. The military uses these things, like the B-2 bomber is a black bomber for big bombs, which are nuclear bombs. The Army uses it for their MOSs. There's companies that use it. The L3 communications, L is 1 and 2, right? 12. It's the 12th letter of the alphabet, and 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 is C, which is communications, right? Then there's a lot of MOSs. 55 Delta used to be the Army's EOD, the Explosive Ordnance Disposal, and 55 mod 26, and mod just means divide by X or some number, and then in case of the alphabet you just use 26. Give you a remainder of something between 0 and 25, because if it goes in evenly, 26, 52, 78, 104, 130, 156, 182, 208, then you'll get a remainder of 0, and that 0 means it's a Z, right? Because 26 is Z, 52 will be a Z, 78 will be a Z, 104 will be a Z, 130 will be a Z, 156 will be a Z, right? It's pretty simple stuff, but if you've never done it, it takes a little while. But what I'll tell you is there's a bunch of MOSs in the Army that go along like that, and the Marines too. 11 Bravo in the Army is infantry. That's 11 for kill, and that's what the infantry goes out and does to the enemy. 0311 is the infantry and the Marines. Okay. Then you got the Special Forces. That's 18 series, and 18. All their MOSs start with 18. 18 Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo, and 18 is the arrowhead patch. They wear an arrowhead patch, which is shaped like an arrowhead with the sword in the middle, or a dagger or something with lightning bolts. And that arrowhead is, they trace their heritage back. No. Their Army's heritage back to when the Indians helped teach us how to fight the British using Indian tactics. You know, not just standing there toe-to-toe and like slugging it out with muskets or whatever. But that's why they call it the arrowhead. And 18 is 1 is A and 8 is H. So that's how you get that one. 19 is Scout. Scout is 19th letter of the alphabet is S. Combat Engineer, that's 12 Bravo. 1 and 2 is 3 is C, and hold on, and 2 is B. So 1 plus 2 plus 2 is the E5. So it's a CE, which is Combat Engineer.